What? Oh, of course I called the cops first thing. All right, please, would you just take down this? Yes, from the top, thanks. All right, reporter discovers body seconds before Quartermain family arrive on scene.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you don't.
What?
That's all we need is front page news.
You have no right to bring us in on this.
You have brought yourselves into this.
Jason, he's not in his room. I think he's been kidnapped.
Don't be ridiculous. He's probably off with a babysitter somewhere.
What are you talking about? How can you be so nonchalant? I'm worried sick about him.
Well, I suggest you worry about your own skin. You're in serious trouble.
He isn't the only one.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, thanks. Well, it's not much to report, but it'll do for a lead story. Now, for the follow-up, what are you all doing here?
That, Lois Lane, is none of your business.
Nor your readers. I still have to question you for the article.
You question all you want. We're not saying anything.
Not unless our lawyer's present, and probably not even then.
That bad, huh?
It certainly is.
Let's go. Where's the body?
It's upstairs.
All right, you two come with me. The rest of you stay downstairs. Let's go. Come on.
You haven't touched anything, have you?
I used this phone and the one upstairs, and I turned off the water faucet in the bathtub.
Okay. You stay with Miss Templeton and the Quartermains. I want to talk to them later.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, there is to be no discussion amongst yourselves, and nobody leaves here without my permission.
See here, Commissioner.
Later, Mr. Quartermain. I'll be particularly interested to hear what you have to say. In the meantime, I have something more important to attend to.
What about my son, Jason?
What about him?
He's not in his room.
Well, wasn't he here when you found the body?
No.
I'm worried to death about him. I think he's been kidnapped.
That's a possibility.
What did I tell you?
Will you forget about the boy?
We can't do that, Mr. Quartermain. It could be linked to the murder.
Hi.
Try the net out.
Priority?
Top. I want a citywide dragnet put out for that child, and while you're at it, I want you to locate the victim's family. There's Heather Weber, Scotty Baldwin, and Alice Grant. Find out if they know where Jason is, and then drag the lot in for questioning.
Excuse me, please. All right, boys, let's get to work. Seal it off. Check outside. And I want this place dusted for fingerprints. The whole house, everything. All right, now where are the coroners, man?
They're on the way, Captain.
Okay, all right, now get to it and don't miss anything. Commissioner, upstairs.
Right. Now, listen, everybody here is to stay put. I don't want you spreading your little prints around.
All right, Carl, Charlie, let's go. Let's go upstairs. Remember, I want everything, all the prints lifted and classified.
So, why don't we get back to work?
Forget it.
Well, it's not too late, you know. You can tell me your side of the story, and I can get it in by the morning edition.
You'll have no problem meeting your deadline. Our story is very short but sweet. No comment.
Okay, check the signs of a struggle and a forced entry. I want to reconstruct everything that happened here tonight.
Okay, Charlie, start taking your pictures. All right.
They checked Baldwin's office. No answer.
All right, then, ring Scotty's father, Lee Baldwin. Even if Scotty isn't there, I want to talk to him anyway.
Right, sir. Mr. Baldwin? Yes, will you hold a call for Commissioner Scorpio?
Oh, thank you. Lee?
Hello, Robert. Or should I say Commissioner? What can I do for you?
I'm trying to locate your son.
Well, why do you call me? You know Scotty and I see as little of each other as possible.
Well, I just thought that tonight might be an exception.
I can't imagine why.
His wife was murdered a short time ago.
What? Susan, how?
She was shot in her bedroom.
What's wrong, darling?
Susan's been murdered.
Oh, dear God.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about it, would you?
No, the first I've heard of it. Well, I'm shocked.
You haven't seen Scotty?
No.
Well, if you do, would you tell him I'd like to have a little chat with him?
You don't think that
I don't know
Scotty...
what to think at this point, Lee. I don't have enough information. I'm just trying to talk to everybody that could have been involved. Of course, that includes Susan's family.
Yeah, sure, I understand.
I'd appreciate your help.
Well, I'll do what I can.
Thank you, Lee.
Her body was found in the cottage. She'd been shot.
And they want to talk to Scott?
Yeah. Well, he's her husband. A prime suspect, I guess. And apparently he doesn't even know about it yet.
Oh, it's so awful.
Well, he's going to need some help.
Dwayne, where are you going?
I'm going to go over there right now.
I'm going with you.
All right, Carl, let's bag the gun. Charlie, get a shot of this. Why don't you get some shots of the bathroom?
All right. Keep trying to locate Baldwin. Check out his friends, any places that he hangs out. Whatever else you can think of.
It's not much to go on.
It'll have to do. Get on it.
Why don't you try 555-6694?
What's that?
How soon they forget.
Your number, right?
Good guess. He's been spending a lot of time there since my new roommate moved in.
Thank you.
Anything to help preserve law and order?
All right. I want the entire downstairs area dusted, too. Every square inch of it. We'll need all the prints we can get.
Yes, sir. Carl, you work in here. Charlie, you and I will do the kitchen. Let's go.
This is going too far.
That's why we're here.
I'm talking about what you're putting us through. Now, why can't we leave?
Because I have questions to ask you, and until I do, you can all wait.
Commissioner?
Yeah.
I placed a call to Heather Weber's apartment. She's on the line now.
Is Scotty with her?
I didn't ask. Do you want me to have her come on down, or would you like to talk to her?
I'll talk to her. Just hang it up upstairs.
You got it.
Heather?
Good evening, Commissioner. What's this all about?
I'm trying to locate Susan Baldwin's son.
Jason, what?
He's missing, and so's her husband.
Oh, well, Scotty's right here.
Hello?
Scotty, you better get home right away.
Why? What's happened?
Your wife's been murdered.
What? Where?
Look, I'll tell you all about it when you get here.
I don't believe this.
You want me to send a car for you?
No, I'll get there by myself.
Scotty.
What?
Make it quick.
Are you all right? What happened?
Susan's dead.
What?
She was murdered.
Good Lord.
You certainly don't think we had anything to do with this, do you?
If I knew the answer to that question, you wouldn't be here now, would you?
Really, Commissioner, this is...
My investigation. Now, I appreciate all these suggestions as to how I should conduct my business, but the bottom line is you're all going to do it my way, and you're all going to cooperate, whether you like it or not. And that brings me to you.
Oh, well, I thought you'd never ask.
Just how did you happen to be here in order to stumble over the body?
I didn't just happen to be here. Susan asked me to come.
Why?
She said she had a story for me, a big one.
About what?
That's what I came here to find out.
Well, is that all she said?
That it had something to do with the Quartermains and that it would be of great interest to the public. Look, if you are done with me, I'd really like to get back to work.
Sure, but I'd like to talk to you tomorrow.
Oh, I'll be around.
And don't print anything unless you clear it with my department first.
And what if I do?
You'll go to jail.
Oh, don't you think you're jumping the gun a bit, big brother? 1984 is until next year.
Excuse me. Charlie, get some pictures of this one, huh? Something sure has the Quartermain spooked.
Yeah, you're right. It does. Yes, it's all right. Okay. Take it away, Mr. Hammond.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Now, let's go over this one more time, shall we? Exactly what happened from the moment you got to the front door?
We were at the front door. We were about to knock. We heard a scream. We ran upstairs. We found Jackie in the bedroom, and Susan was lying on the floor. That's it.
What were you doing?
She asked us. I assumed it had something to do with Jason.
What about it?
Well, his financial situation. It's no secret we settled quite a generous trust on the little tyke.
So?
Well, she knew how much we cared about the boy, how concerned we were about his welfare. I just assumed she wanted to talk about his future.
So you want me to believe that Susan Baldwin invited all three of you over here at 10 o'clock on a Friday night just to discuss Jason's bank account?
You know, we're all awfully busy during the day. It's very difficult for all of us to get together.
Then you're all in big trouble. And I suggest you all get your acts together. Otherwise, you're going to have all the spare time you can handle in jail.
We got the prints and we got the photographs. We just about got the main crime scene wrapped up.
Did you get all the measurements?
Call for
We
got all the
Oh,
measurements.
excuse me. Fine, thank you.
Okay. I want you to make sure that the evidence, location of the evidence...
Yeah, Ramsey here. What? When?
Make sure you put the...
Yeah, good,
location of the
good.
evidence
Get them over
on
here
it.
right away. Yeah, thanks a lot.
And follow the numbers. So if you put numbers
Excuse me, you got a
on
minute?
the like that,
At least. I'm not getting anywhere with this lot. News?
Yeah, headquarters got a call from one of the squad cars. They found Alice Grant and her daughter over at a bar right across town.
They're bringing them in?
Yes, right away. Good. Wait, there's more. Mrs. Grant told the officer that the deceased housekeeper, what's her name, Mrs. Bowman, sometimes took the little boy Jason over to her place to stay. Headquarters followed it up, called. Little boy's over there safe and sound.
Well, it's something. At least we haven't got a kidnapping to contend with. The murder is more than enough.
Good work.
Well, your son's safe.
Jason?
He's fine.
Where was he?
He's with his housekeeper, Mrs. Bowman.
Oh,
God.
Well, what did I tell you?
You didn't tell me anything. You had no idea what had happened.
Look, will you take the doctor's quartermain to the kitchen, please?
Why?
I wish to speak to your father alone.
Right this way, please. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Well, shouldn't you turn a great big light on me or something?
Well, if you'd feel more comfortable, but I don't think it's necessary.
Let's get on with it. Well, anything I have to say, I can certainly say in front of my son and his wife.
Well, this is nothing quite that dramatic, actually. All I want to do is go over a few minor details, just a formality.
Why is it you fellows always say that when the axe is about to fall?
Well, I guess we all look at the same movies. Now, if you wouldn't mind.
I would.
Force yourself. Actually, I'm curious about your activities early this evening. Shall we?
Do I have a choice?
There's always jail.
Yeah, well, I thought as much. Well, there really isn't all that much to tell. I didn't feel at all hungry tonight, so I decided to skip dinner. Alan and Monica didn't seem to be interested in sitting down to table either. Well, I don't know how you can eat a thing. I'm not the least bit hungry. My stomach's upset just thinking about tonight. And I think I'll go into the den and do some work.
Well, I'm certainly not going to eat alone. In my state, I shouldn't be trusted with a knife and a fork anyway. I'm going to go back to the hospital, do some paperwork I've been avoiding.
Well, if you're all going to be busy, I'm just going to cancel dinner. I'll get your tray, of course, Dr. Quartermain.
Oh, thank you, Stella.
I'll see you later.
See you.
So I went into the den alone and spent the early part of the evening paying bills.
And after that?
After that, it was very simple. I came over here with Alan and Monica.
I see. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Quartermain. That wasn't too difficult now, was it?
That's it.
For now. Take Mr. Quartermain to the kitchen and bring Mrs. Quartermain to me, please.
Very clever.
What's that?
Your strategy, divide and conquer. Did you pick that up from Napoleon or General Patton?
Actually, it was Robert Scorpio during the winter campaign of '83. Not very subtle, but effective.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, come now. Have pity on a poor police commissioner who's using all these pathetic tricks simply to solve a murder.
You're breaking my heart. Break a couple of bones and I tell you anything.
Consider it done. Have a seat. Actually, all I want to discuss is what you were up to earlier this evening.
Well, that isn't worth losing an arm and leg over. Very simple. I had a headache. And I wanted to get some rest before we came here to Susan, so I asked Stella if she would bring my dinner to my room.
Dr. Quartermain,
Oh, yes, Ella, I'm in here.
here's your food.
Oh, thank you. You can just put it on the bed. I'll take care of it.
All right. Hope you enjoy your dinner.
Well, I'm sure I will. Thank you.
So I changed. I climbed into bed, made myself very comfortable, and basically I just relaxed, had some of my dinner, and actually read a book.
What sort of book?
A mystery.
How appropriate.
So you see, not very exciting, was it?
I'll settle for the truth.
Well, then you're finished with me.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Take Mrs. Quartermain back to the kitchen and bring her husband.
Yes.
I thought Neanderthal tactics went out with the Gestapo.
Times are tough. We do what we can.
When do you bring out the rubber hose?
You're out of luck. I left it in the garden.
Pity. Shall we get started?
All I want to know is...
Where I was earlier this evening.
And I wanted to surprise you.
Doesn't matter. I would have said the same thing anyway.
Which is what?
The truth. I went to my office earlier on this evening just to straighten out some medical files.
On a Friday night?
Absolutely on a Friday night. You see, Friday nights are an excellent night to work in the hospital because it's so quiet. I had a very, very busy week, and I wanted to straighten out some of my patients' files, make some notations, and just generally clear up my work. Satisfied?
How long were you there?
Until I had to pick up Monica and my father.
Anyone see you?
No, as I said, the hospital's quiet, rather deserted. I'm not really sure.
Bring the other two in, please.
Will the real murderer please stand up?
I wish it were that simple.
Well?
Oh, very impressive.
Would it be pass or not?
By that, do you mean, can you go home? The answer's yes. If you mean, am I finished with you? Well, that's a new issue.
I think this is the place where he warns us not to leave town.
Something like that. I mean, I wouldn't want you to be away when you remember something that you feel I should know.
Oh, heaven forbid.
Right, we're going to finish here?
Yeah, family, thanks.
Good.
Okay, now everything.
You checked all of this?
Everything else.
Commissioner? Good shape.
How are we doing?
Just about finished.
Not quite. I want you to check the surrounding area outside the grounds, look for footprints, maybe signs of a forced entry. Anything you think is out of the ordinary.
Fine, okay, let's go, fellas. You heard the commissioner. We'll go outside and check out there. Thanks, buddy.
See if the place is out.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Thanks for your...
Thank you for coming.
I live here.
Where were you earlier this evening?
It's in my office.
Why didn't you answer the phone?
Well, when I work late, I don't pick up the phone. I don't want to be disturbed.
Even in an emergency?
Scotty, you all right?
That could be better. What are you doing here?
Well, I came as soon as I heard.
Well, who told you?
He did. I think you should know. I'll help you if I can.
Well, I'm just trying to answer the commissioner's questions, honestly.
You don't have to answer, you know.
I'm just trying to help.
Good. We could use some. Now, where were you before you went to the office this evening?
Well, I came here to talk to Susan, and then I went to the office to do some paperwork.
Did anybody see you there? Anybody visit you in the office?
I don't think so. Why?
I'm just wondering if anybody can substantiate your story.
Are you pressing charges?
I'm just trying to find out who murdered your son's wife. Until I have a suspect, I won't start slinging accusations. Up until then, I'm running blind. John?
Yes, sir.
Bag this too, please.
I'll take one.
Any idea?
No idea.
One more thing. Why did you go to Heather's apartment when you left the office instead of coming straight home?
I had to pick up some building permits for my secretary.
May I see them?
I don't have them with me. The shock of Susan. I just forgot everything. I came over here.
Well, they couldn't have been too important then, could they?
God forgive you what you've done.